So, this video is going to be about a book that I saw in the Youth Resource Center that contained CSA imagery and seemed to be about, I don't know, I guess a lady who grew up going through a lot of bullcrap in the industry. It's probably in the Serpent Sea bloodline, most likely. And so she decided to make a photo book about how she eventually became a sex addict and got AIDS. But it's really interesting or concerning. The book was called The Ballad of Sexual Dependency. I don't know why I keep wanting to call it The Ballad of Sexual Experience. This reminded me of something that my older neighbor sister used to say about movies and TV. And she would talk about how she hates when movies that have corn in them have kids in them. That's just something that I thought about when I wrote my notes for this 4/18/25. Notes of different people that were listed for the making of the book. So, Appertune 1. Rene Ricard, poet/critic. 2. Jay Hoberman, Village Voice, whatever that means. 3. Lisa Liebman. And then I wrote Art Forum. 4. Andy Grunberg, New York Times. 5. Cover, Keith Davis. So he made the cover, whatever, or is on the cover. 6. Jacket portrait, which is in the book, Neil Winokur. Don't remember what that looked like. Probably all repressed memories, most of it. I feel like I remember the worst parts. 7. Back cover, The Hug, New York. Front, Nand Bryan. And then I wrote Ended in AIDS. Which is honestly a really sad story because it seems like this later, these people that the book is about, they put their own CSA imagery pictures in there. That's what it seems like. And they pretty much talk about how they went from being taken advantage of and exploited through the industry and whatever else all happened to them becoming sex addicts and how it ended for them in adulthood. That's what it looks like it's about. It definitely seemed like it contained like other random kids as well. Well, it's not even like teenagers either. It's like toddlers and people that are definitely younger than 10. But it seems like it's pictures of themselves and others. But I definitely am pretty sure that a lot of the CSA imagery pictures were of the lady. But it was just a lot of different people in the book. I'm also going to make a playlist about different videos I found of this. And it seems like a lot of people like this book, of course. And it's just pictures too. It's not like a lot of explanation of who's who and what's all going on. Hold on, there's a wasp flying near me. Okay, so now that I'm done running from the wasp or whatever that was, there's this. Nan Goldin, The Ballad of Sexual Dependency, comprising almost 700. The book didn't even look that thick. I guess maybe there was some stuff that they left out of the book, but I don't know. The stuff that was in the book was bad enough. The Ballad of Sexual Dependency is a visual diary, primarily a slideshow and later a photo book by Nan Goldin documenting the lives, relationships, and subcultures of her friends and lovers. Okay. In the late 1970s and 1980s, particularly within the New York City downtown scene. It explores themes of intimacy, love, addiction, violence, and the search for identity. Which, I mean, you're definitely going to be searching for identity going through the type of bullcrap that's in the book. And why this was in the Youth Resource Center, I have no idea. But, I mean, there's so much I could say about that. often through candid and unflinching depictions of everyday life and intimate moments. intimate moments. I mean, if people are recording you doing it, then it's not really that intimate, I would think. But here's a more detailed breakdown. A community portrait. The work is not just autobiographical, but deeply personal, showcasing Golden's own life and the lives of her chosen family. Artists, bohemians. I think of like the Bohemian Grove and the Bohemian Organization. Drag queens, individuals navigating the fringes of society. It's so interesting how like the book is described on here versus like what I saw in the book. And like I said, it wasn't even like a lot of words. It was just like a lot of pictures of horrors. Real life, raw emotion. Golden's photographs capture moments of joy, pain, intimacy, and conflict, avoiding romanticization or idealization. The work is known for its raw, unpolished aesthetic, reflecting the immediacy of her experience, beyond traditional beauty. This is some bullcrap. Golden challenges conventional notions of beauty and normalcy by portraying subjects often marginalized or overlooked by mainstream society. They're ignored by mainstream society. Themes of addiction and violence. The work confronts issues of drug addiction, domestic violence, and the impact of the AIDS epidemic on her community. A diary you let people read. Golden has described the ballad as a personal narrative, a diary that allows viewers to witness her life and the lives of those close to her. Soundtrack and performance. The slideshow version of the ballad was originally presented with a soundtrack of various music, enhancing the emotional impact and creating a multi-sensory experience. A work in progress. The ballad was developed over many years, with the slideshow evolving and being shown in different venues, including nightclubs and galleries, which I could make a whole video about these Chinese mafia-ran trafficking massage parlors and these, of course, strip clubs. What else? These other clubs, these nightclubs that like have they have like posters up that say videos and movies of what. There's a lot of these in Portland. But anyways, enduring legacy. Despite being created decades ago, the ballad of sexual dependency continues to resonate with audiences, prompting discussions about photography, identity, and the human condition. Or do people really just like get worse or sexual addictions? Then they get the book because of the pictures of the chaos and horrors in the CSA. Like, I really don't believe people are getting the book for any other reason. I guess now I could just wait a minute. Oh yeah, people are looking for a PDF. Hold up. Here we go. So here's some pictures. Of course, not like the really interesting stuff, but I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't really want to see that anyways. And I just like came across it in the Youth Resource Center too. So like I just opened it up, and I feel like I just opened it up to like the worst pages that there are. And like some other people that have been there a couple times before. This is like my first time there, but they looked at it for the first time. There's like a couple books in there, especially like really old books. And they were like, what the heck? And they were like, do the staff members even know this is in here? But it's like, I mean, let's be honest. Nobody bought the book on accident and had it in there on accident. And I noticed that like they mentioned the whole drag queen side. I guess like so much of it was horrendous bullcrap, I didn't even really notice that. But yeah, so my assumption is that the book is of her and other people's abuse, the addiction, and what else was it? Can't really remember what I was about to say because I started dissociating. But anyways, it's really unfortunate though, because it's like, I mean, you go to a youth resource center and you go anywhere, and like you stumble across bullcrap. And I noticed that like with me trying to get over issues that I developed from trauma and different little events, it seems like being on the West Coast, just like I just came across so much stuff that would either like give me flashbacks or just, it's like every time you try to get your mind right, some bullcrap happens. Like I'm about to go way somewhere else, but I noticed that like even when I would go to like the beaches and stuff on the West Coast, there would always be like some naked chomo suspect people. And I'm not even gonna lie, one time I did accidentally go to like one of the new beaches. Nothing there but a whole bunch of old dudes. I even like heard a whole bunch of horror stories that I've yet to make a video about of different things I've heard. But luckily didn't have to see. And I've been wanting to make a video about this, but I didn't really know how, and I didn't really know like if I should. But in this one youth program for like host families or something like that, the lady like had this, and I don't know if I should make a video about it. Let me know. But I knew it was gonna be some mess. But man, oh man. I knew it was probably going to be some mess and that she was probably going to be Jezebelic because, one, she had her quote-unquote partner living in a shed in the backyard, and she forced him and everybody else who came around her to become vegan. And she really wanted somebody to eat like one cracker and one apple slice a day. And it's like, But this could probably even go into a bigger series about, I don't know, being careful of programs.